Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi, le 7 avril. Just a few things to complete today. Aujourd'hui dans l'histoire, avec une discussion. Your Flipgrid, if you didn't complete it yesterday, a listening quiz sur Nous voulons avoir notre nouvelle histoire, our new story, the first part. Actually, I'll go ahead and put that in there. Voila. Next week we'll have the story on the second part of the story as well as the quiz on that. Okay. Aujourd'hui dans l'histoire, it's a little bit complicated today. C'est le 7 avril, c'est jeudi le 7 avril, et dans 3 jours, le 10 avril, les Français votent pour leur nouveau président. Les Français votent pour leur nouveau président. In 3 days, they're going to be voting for their new president. So actually, the French presidential election takes place in 2 steps. Le 10 avril, c'est le premier tour, the first round of voting. Et le deuxième tour, the second round of voting, c'est 2 semaines après, 2 weeks after. Donc, le 24 avril, ils votent encore pour un des 2 candidats majoritaires de l'élection du 10 avril. Donc, le 10 avril, il y a beaucoup de candidats. Mais, le 24 avril, il y a seulement 2 candidats. OK. Maintenant, le président français, il s'appelle Emmanuel Macron. Il a été élu, was elected en 2017, and his term will end this year en 2022. Et puis le nouveau président, on ne sait pas. Emmanuel Macron is running for a second term, so it could be him again. So your questions, and you're going to answer these in English. The name of the current French president. Just said that. 3 partis politiques, 3 of the political parties here. Those are down below. Lutte ouvrière, Nouveau Parti anticapitaliste, Parti socialiste, La République en marche, Rassemblement national, etc. Et what is your opinion? Do you like the idea of all these different parties? Or do you prefer the system here in the US where you essentially just have 2 partis politiques, 2 political parties? Ici, ce sont les candidats. So there are lots of candidates and therefore beaucoup de partis politiques représentés. Certains partis politiques existent depuis longtemps. Le Parti communiste exists depuis longtemps. We've heard about communism for decades. Le Parti socialiste existe depuis longtemps. We've also heard about socialism for decades. I think as Americans, we tend to think of communism and socialism as really bad things because of historical events that we associate with those. However, if we look at them from the perspective of the French election, it's more just what the basic ideas of those political parties are in terms of the economy and whatever laws go along with that. So the very basic explanation is that à gauche, on the left, those are your parties that are more libéraux. They're going to want a bigger government, more government oversight, etc. À droite, ce sont les partis conservateurs. Conservateurs, they're more conservative, and they want smaller government, less government interference in daily life. Le Parti communiste et le Parti socialiste sont à gauche. Communiste et socialiste. So both of those are for a lot of government intervention, but with the result of being able to have more programs for more people. That, of course, means higher taxes, which is why some people are more in agreement with the people à droite who want lower taxes and less government interference. Okay, donc, le Parti communiste, le Parti socialiste sont nouveaux, existent depuis longtemps. Mais il y a des partis nouveaux aussi. En 1972, le père de Marine Le Pen, you see her over here almost all the way à droite to the right. Elle est très conservatrice, very conservative candidate. Son papa a fondé le Front National. This is an extreme right party that wants very little government oversight, very low taxes, and has some other ideas that are more associated with a conservative viewpoint. Maintenant, le parti, le Front National s'appelle le Rassemblement National, so she changed the name of it a little bit to give it a slightly better connotation. But le Front National a été fondé par Jean-Marie Le Pen en 1972. So back in 1972, which seems like a long time ago, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long ago, Jean-Marie Le Pen founded that party just out of thin air. It didn't exist before. Much more recently, en 2016, Emmanuel Macron, le président français maintenant, a fondé son parti, La République en Marche. He founded his party and was able to win the election that year, which is something that we hear about new political parties occasionally here in the US, but not parties that would win the election. So that's just a very different model than the American system. Okay, voila. You have all the information that you need to know a little bit about the French election. We're going to talk more about that, I believe, next week. That's my plan. But you know a little bit about it now, and certainly enough to answer la discussion. Okay, ensuite, une interro et quiz sur Nous voulons avoir partie 1. So as always, you're going to have this in the background of, you'll click on the quiz link, you'll have a video of me asking the questions, a video of me telling the story. You need to listen to me asking the questions, answer them in the form. Also make sure you copy this skipping lines into your cahier. And once you've completed those two things, you'll be all set for today. Au revoir tout le monde.